Stampers, it's Amy with Stampin' Magic. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today I have for you project 4 of my Easter mini series, and today we're going to be making a mini milk carton, and this perfectly fits a cream egg, as you can see through this little window. And I thought it was just so cute. There's lots of stamping involved, and it would just be a really nice little gift to give someone with a little chocolate treat. So let's get started. So you're going to need a piece of coloured card, and for this particular one I'm going to be doing Sweet Sugar Plum. And I do apologise in advance, I have done this project in centimetres, so all the measurements will be in centimetres. That's just how I went about measuring the egg. I think I was using this grid paper at the time to measure it with and work out the dimensions for the box. So I do apologise for that, but I'll have all the measurements for you on my blog, which will be in the description bar below. So this is 17 centimetres by 14 centimetres, and I've also got a square of the same colour in 6 by 6 centimetres, and I've used the layering circle finlets, the smallest one, just to put a hole in the centre, and this is what our cream egg will eventually sit on in the box. You're also going to need some smooth whisper white, which we're going to stamp our DSP design on, and 2 smaller pieces which will fit on the top there. Again, I'll put all the measurements on my blog, which will be in the description bar. And you're going to need a scalloped circle from the layering circle finlet. And for this one I've taken the next size up for the one we're going to be using for our little window. Put the 2 together and run that through to create a little kind of window frame. And you'll also need another scrap piece of whisper white for your bunny, which I've pre-stamped and cut, because I've had quite a few of these just prepared ready because I've been doing so many Easter projects, so I thought might as well use those ones. And this was in soft suede. You'll also need gold faceted gems, and for inks we're going to be using Sweet Sugar Plum, Flirty Flamingo, Pear Pizzazz and soft suede. And you're also going to need something to fasten your box closed. You could use the binder clips. I've got a gold peg here. I don't remember where I've got these from. I've had them for absolutely ages and I haven't got around to using them very often on projects. So I thought I'd use what I had in my stash, but you could use little pegs, you could use binder clips, you could punch holes and do a ribbon. It's totally up to you, but I'm using a little gold peg. You will need some Tombow, bone folder and snips, and either a trimmer or scoreboard, depending what you'd like to score with. And you'll need the Hello Easter stamp set. So to start with, I'm going to do all the scoring, and I'm going to be using my trimmer for this because my scoreboard is in inches, not centimetres. And bringing in my Sweet Sugar Plum piece, I'm going to put long side first, and I'm going to score it at 4 centimetres. Eight centimetres, 12 centimetres, and 16 centimetres. Okay, and then we're going to turn it so we've got the short side down, and we're going to score 4 centimetres, 10 centimetres, and 13 centimetres. Okay, so you're left with that kind of look. Okay, then bringing in our smaller square, you want to do it 1 centimetre on each side. So 1 centimetre, turn that round, and another, turn that round again, centimetre, and turn that round again. And we're done with the scoring. So with this piece, I'm quite lucky that's actually quite central, but you might want to score it first, then die cut the centre out. Just makes it a little bit easier for you. Okay, so before I do any folding or cutting on here, I'm going to cut our little window out. And I'm going to use the smallest circle in the layering framelits on the second one in, and you want it kind of more nearer the top than the bottom of that rectangle, and then just run that through the big shot. And I'm going to do that now and I'll come back to you in a second. Okay, and that's our little window cut. So now I'm going to bring in my snips and I'm just going to cut away some pieces. So on this side where you've got the thin strip here, you want to mitre that in there, and then we're going to cut away this whole bottom piece and mitre here, because these are all our bottom flaps. Okay, and then we want to cut up each of these. And just to make it a bit easier when they're all folded together, I'm going to take a sliver out of these ones. This one with the window you're going to keep regular because that's going to fold back and that's going to be the front here. Take a little sliver out of these ones, like so. And again a little bit out of this one. You don't have to do this on this particular style box, I just found it was a bit easier to fold it round. Okay, and then I'm going to fold the bottom flaps and burnish. Fold this side flap in. And this piece in. Now this top flap you want to fold the other way. So all the others fold in, this one folds out. And then we're going to go down and do each vertical line. Like so. So I'm going to put this to one side. And we're going to do our little stand for our egg. So I'm just going to fold all this first. That's better, I can see them a bit better then. And then we're going to cut and mitre these tiny little tabs. And the last one. Okay, and I'm going to put that to one side as well. So bringing in my Whisper White pieces, this is where we're going to do some stamping, decorate our kind of, make our own DSP as it were. So I'm going to start off with this kind of green leafy image in some Pear Pizzazz. You want to randomly stamp it. And some off the paper just so it looks more DSP like, I guess. And the same with these pieces. Now you can cut a bigger piece and do the whole stamping then cut it to this size, but I just wanted these smaller pieces so I could see specifically what I'm stamping on them, because there's not much room for that, such a tiny piece. Okay, so we're done with the Pear Pizzazz. Let's get some Flirty Flamingo and the next piece. So I'm going bigger image to small. And we're done with Flirty Flamingo. Now I'm going to bring in some Sweet Sugar Plum. Now on this one I've done, for these kind of like bobbly looking flowers, I've done it the same colour as the cardstock. And I've also done another one, a different colour, but that particular flower image is the same colour as the cardstock, just to keep it all tied in. So that's why I'm using Sweet Sugar Plum for this. So I'm going to start with my bigger one. And now for the smaller one. And we're done with the Sweet Sugar Plum. And then I'm going to bring in some soft suede. This is so it ties in with the bunny, because it's a nice natural colour. And I've got these three kind of little, kind of like little polka dot things. And we're going to fill in any gaps with that. And that's our stamping done. So bringing back my trimmer, I want to cut these at 3.5 centimetres each. So that's one, and one more, 3.5. And that will give me 3 pieces at 3.5. Okay, so now I'm going to stick them down onto my box, just using some Tombow. And you just want to leave a nice border like that. Okay, now for our little pieces. You want to put one at the top above the circle window hole, and you want to put one, leave a gap and pop it on the far side there. Okay, and then our little window frame, we're going to put some Tombow around that. And that will fit perfectly around our little hole here. I think that looks really, really cute. Okay, so I'm going to get some Tombow down here. And my Tombow's running out. I'm literally waiting for my order to come, which arrives at some point today. And I've ordered so much glue because it's been on back order. I'm at the point where this is my last tube. So I'll have to wait for Mr. UPS until I do any more projects. Okay, so that's the side done. And then we're going to do our flaps. So this one is going to be folding back to the front. So we're going to want to put that on last. So do the sides first. And that piece just keeps it all nice and tidy. I'm going to grab my bone folder and just make sure that's pushed down and adhered really well. Okay. And then that will be what you've got at the moment. So to create the other bit, we need to push this bit in. So holding the box in, we're gonna push it together gently and just sharpen those sides. Give it a little helping hand. Now you can score these bits in before you put all the boxes together if you wanted to. But it does tend to go together quite well, like that. Okay, so that's our main bit of our box. So we're going to bring in my little bunny and some mini dimensionals. So I'm going to put one there, one on his bum. I think that should be enough. And that goes there. And then you want to get one of your faceted gems. And I'm going to put that on the top left corner. And the last thing to do, our little cream egg stand. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on each of the tabs that we have cut, like so. Bring that in, hold that down. Oop. You've got to hold it down just so it gives time to kind of fuse together. So once you have that done, you should just about slide in. You have to make sure you get your measurements of bang on, or when you're scoring, score at 1 centimetre, 0.1 on each side. It's literally going to be a very tight fit, but it's going. Then you just get your bone folder. You don't have to have this bit, but it makes a big difference when you put your cream egg in. So pop your cream egg in, give him a little adjust so he's sitting nicely in his little cradle. Close the top, put your peg on whatever closure you want, and that is your little mini box. You do them in lots and lots of colours, and I think they're just very bright and cheery and colourful, and just the right size for your cream egg. But you can put all sorts of treats in them. If you put acetate over this window, you could put like mini eggs in there. You can put all sorts in there. So if you like this project, please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe. The link to my blog and Facebook page are in the description bar below. I hope you enjoyed this project, and I will see you tomorrow for the last project in the Easter mini series. Thank you for watching. Bye.